Good afternoon, everybody, to this press conference with the Swiss team, with coach Vladimir Petkovic to my right, and the two players, Haris Seferovic and Manuel Akanji. The official languages, as you can see, are English, Portuguese, German, and French. We will only answer in these languages, no other languages, please. And before you give your question, please tell for what company you're working for, so the translators get there some time and we get the information. Thank you very much, and let's see questions first to the players, because they will afterwards have to change. Who has the first question for one of them? I see we are in the Swiss time. It takes a bit longer than it took in the last press conference, but maybe we start down here, okay?
I wanted to know how strong you think England is. You played a friendly against them last autumn. What did you draw for a conclusion from this defeat?
Achtung, Punkt, dort auf den grünen Knopf. Ja.
So, ist gut.
Ist gut.
Well, England is definitely a very good team. Maybe you can even count them among the top 5 in the world. When we played them in England and lost 1-0, we made a good game. We had a good game. And I think that's what we need to do again. We need to play with confidence, what we always try to. And we just can't concede such a silly goal that we did back then. I can remember that we had enough chances to score, but we didn't. So that's what we have to do different this time. Haris, could you say something too, please? Well, I think Manu just he's just said it. We had many chances back then and just didn't score. England is a very good team. They've got top quality players. We'll have to prove ourselves and just score to get the third place.
Okay, the colleague here.
Jonathan Schöffel
from the radio. Haris, you just said that England is a top team. Do you think that they're the favourites, or do you think you're on an equal footing? I think that we are on an equal footing here. We've got our strengths, just as England does or do, and actually we proved it last time we faced them. We played very well. They beat us 1-0, but now we're hoping, obviously, that we will win tomorrow.
Spieler.
Other questions for the players?
Aris, the last time you played here in this stadium, you scored a very important goal for Benfica in the journey to the title of Primeira Liga. Does that motivate you to score tomorrow and help your team to achieve the third place in Nations League?
Well, of course, I can remember that game, but this is different. We're here with the national team now. We want to win, obviously. We want to give our all, and I obviously want to score every time that I play. But it's a success for the whole team. And if we are successful and don't score, it's fine. And if I do score, then I'm even happier.
Any other question to the players? If this is not the case, we let them go to... There is one? Oh, okay.
Jonathan
Scheffel from Radio 24. Manuel, can you feel a certain pressure resting on you? Is it a thing that you can play against England, or is it more like you have to play them?
Also wir sind nicht hergekommen, um 2 Spiele zu verlieren. Wir wollen das letzte Spiel gewinnen, das wir noch haben. Wir wollten schon gegen Portugal gewinnen.
We just want to do our best want to win this next game. We didn't manage to do so against Portugal, but we want to do everything to achieve the third place.
One more opportunity. If it's not the case, thank you, players, and have a good training session. And we go over to the questions for the coach, Vladimir Petkovic, to my right.
Monsieur Petkovic.
Lionel, earlier you told us, we heard, from Gareth Southgate, that it's very difficult to really convey a real philosophy to your players because you don't see the players as much as coaches in clubs. But it seems that the Swiss team does have its own style. So how were you able to give this identity to your team?
Ja, sicher ist nicht.
Well, it's certainly not easy to convey that philosophy. And it's not only the 23 players that we have in our squad right now. I've managed 30 to 40 players, and they're traveling a lot and then return to the national team from time to time. With the national team here, I've tried a few systems at the beginning. I've tried to explain it to them, explain it to the players. It wasn't easy, not really ideal, but yeah, the players accepted what I explained them and tried to implement it. And then from November till March, there was a large break, obviously, so we had to repeat what we did before and revise stuff. And I could, at a certain level, I could feel that we had implemented certain things quite well. And still, I felt that I could contribute a little bit if I explained it to them better. I explained certain movements, but football is it's a process, really. At the moment, I'm happy with what my players are doing on the pitch, but now we're not only looking to achieve beauty, but we want to win games, matches.
Bonjour, Pierre Chouvet du journal La Liberté.
Pierre Chouvet from La Liberté. Are you going to use this game to put your best starting 11, or are you going to let other players who've had few minutes play, like the goalkeeper, for example, the second goalkeeper?
Well, this isn't a friendly game, so you can't just try everything you want to do. It's a match for third place in Europe, and we'll give our everything, our all, to win. And obviously, that means setting up a lineup that is the best. Well, there might be some changes, but as for the goalkeeper, I think we're gonna go on with Jan Sommer.
There.
Jonathan Scheffler, Radio 24.
Mr. Petkovic, what makes England so dangerous? Well, it's the players that they have at their disposal. I assume that they may also make some changes to their starting lineup tomorrow, because they've got 22 players that are on an equal level. We've seen that in the game against the Netherlands as well. They're quite dangerous in the final third of the pitch. They're very fast. They're very aggressive. But they also have moments where they are in trouble, and we were able to show that in our friendly match against them last year. And obviously, if we want to win tomorrow's match, then we just have to give 100%. We can't only be very good; we need to be perfect.
And first row.
Vladimir, you mentioned there that you played England last year. So watching the game against Holland on Thursday night, were you surprised to see the number of mistakes and the errors at the back?
Well, that happens in football. It's difficult to score when the opponent doesn't make any mistakes. You have to be really good on the offensive, on the attack to score. And of course, the first half in Thursday's game was quite equal from both teams. And then in the second half, they did make a few mistakes. And unfortunately for England, they made more mistakes than Holland did. And maybe towards the end of the second half, Holland increased the pressure and provoked or caused England to make more mistakes. That doesn't happen every day in every match, but unfortunately for England, it did happen.
This is, okay, up there on top.
Fabian
Furt from Zurich. Mr. Petkovic, Xherdan Shaqiri has often said that it's a learning process. So what have you learned from the game against Portugal? And what can you... Well, football, as I said, is a process. It's never finished at a certain point. And of course, yesterday we watched them match against Portugal again. I saw a few negative moments that we had, but we just have to build on that, on the positive aspects of our game that we had. And we also have to learn to make less mistakes or fewer mistakes, both on the offensive and the defensive side of the pitch. But as I said, we need to be perfect against opponents such as Portugal or England to win a match.
Gentleman over there.
Mister nous avait dit que Yann Sommer allait jouer. Est-ce que vous allez nous dire aussi que Noah...
You told us that Yann Sommer played. What about Carrefour? Is he going to start tomorrow so that he will be part of the Switzerland team once and for all?
Will ich auch nicht alle Karten offen lassen. Genug eine. So habt ihr auch Titel für morgen. Und aber wenn gibt es diese Möglichkeit?
Also, well, we'll see. If it's possible to get him on the pitch, then yeah, maybe he will start the game.
Thank you, everybody. And the training session will be open for 15 minutes. So please go to your position if you want to see it. And then after 15 minutes, you have to leave the stadium.